Right at the beginning of the karbanos that are described in Parshas Vayikra, the Sefer, which really addresses so many of the karbanos, details that are sometimes hard to understand, but the Torah teaches us certain foundational principles, not only of karbanos, but of life. And the pasuk says right at the beginning, Parak Aleph, pasuk Gimel, Imolo karbanom min habakar, if the karban that is being brought as a karban ola, in a elevation offering that is going to go and be completely consumed on the mizbeach, the owner is not going to eat any of it. Zachar tamim yakriveno, it's going to have to be an unblemished male. Al Pesach ohel moed yakrivo, so he brings it to the opening of the ohel moed. Lirtzono, to his will, lifnei Hashem, in front of Hashem. And Rashi comments yakrivo, so when it says that he will bring it, melamid shekofeno, so you force him. If he is obligated to bring a karban ola, we can force this person to bring the karban that he is obligated to bring. Then says Rashi, Yochel Bal Korach, I would think that he has to do it against his will. Talmud Omer Lirt, so no, it says that he has to do it willingly. He can't do it against his will. HaKetzat, so how can you put those two things together? How on the one hand can the pasuk says that it can be done against his will, Yakrivo so, and at the very same time, the next word, the Torah says that it's Lirt, so no, that it's something that he wants to bring. HaKetzat Kofino so Achayomar Rotzani. You force him until he says that I want to do it. And the question is obvious. The question is, he's just saying it. It's lip service. It's still against his will. How does that accomplish anything? There's a fairly well-known Rambam, a Rambam in Hilchos Gerushin, where the Rambam applies this to the case of a get meusa, to forcing a husband who's refusing to give his get a wife to give a get. And the Rambam in Perek Beis Halacha Chaf of Hilchos Gerushin writes that in the case when you force the person, he wonders, why is this get good? A get has to be given with the knowledge, with the willingness of the husband. So why is this one that's being forced not nullified? Whether we're using non-Jews to force him, whether we're using Jews to force him, we are forcing him. So he explains like this. The only time that we refer to somebody as it being under duress is when he's not obligated to do something and he's being forced to do something. But the fact that his Yitzhar Hara has overcome him and is preventing him from doing the mitzvah, or telling him to do something that's wrong, and then we intervene and we force him, and then he's going to do that which he's obligated to do, or he's withholding from doing that which is forbidden. That's not somebody else coercing him. It's not that thing is honest. He has this bad knowledge in his head, lefichach, and therefore, and this is the critical yesod of the Rambam, this person who's refusing to give his get, he wants to be a good person. He wants to be a Jew. He wants to do what's right. He's under the duress of his Yetzer Hara, not the duress of the person forcing him. Once he is being hit enough that his Yetzer Hara now has said, okay, just go ahead with it. That is considered to be according to his will. Meaning deep down, every Jew wants to do what's right. And that seems to be the yesod that emerges from what the Torah is teaching us here by the karbanos, is that oftentimes in our life of Torah and mitzvos, it's not easy. It's hard. And we don't necessarily want to do it. And even if we're not being forced, the fact that we have to force ourselves into it, there's no fulfillment in that. But the answer is that it's that those moments when we force ourselves to do, when we force ourselves to go to shul, when we don't really want to open up the Gemara, to open up a Chumash, to open up a Sefer Tehillim, whatever it is, we open it up and we start. That is really who we are. It's not that we're forcing ourselves to do it, it's by forcing ourselves that first step. That's the Ad Sheyom HaRotzani. That's how we inspire ourselves. That's the Mitoch Shelo Lishma Balishma. Even if we're not doing it for the right reasons at the beginning, that is what leads to a life of Torah and mitzvahs, because deep down, it's a reflection that once we're willing to do it, and once we push ourselves, even under duress to do it, that's a reflection of that's who we really are. And it's the more we tap into it, the more we enjoy it. Then the Torah and the mitzvahs become that part and parcel of our lives, part of what we enjoy. and help in the end, just like the Karbanos, to bring us closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.